I'm Karen Kane from the Rock County Health Department, Health Officer for Rock County. I'm here tonight to talk about the services that the Health Department provides to the citizens in Janesville and all of Rock County. The Health Department is comprised of 3 divisions: an environmental health division, public health nursing, and community health education. Our Environmental Health Division provides services in the city to people who are interested in knowing, for instance, how much radon is in their house. We offer radon kits to citizens, and they can take radon kits home and have their homes tested for radon. We also provide services in our lead assessment program, where homes that were built before 1970 can have lead assessments done to determine if there's lead paint in the home. Lead paint is a problem for children who are under the age of 6. If they become exposed to lead paint, there is a possibility of them developing learning and other emotional problems. Other services that the health department are providing in public health nursing, we provide home visits to high-risk moms and babies to help mothers learn about normal development of their infants, also to have pregnant women have healthy pregnancies. We provide immunization services. There are a myriad of immunizations that are required in childhood to prevent children from getting some of the many diseases: measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox. So we offer clinics every day that the county is open. There is a clinic in Rock County someplace every day that the county is open. Our community health educator provides services by offering health education to help people live healthier lifestyles to prevent illnesses and diseases. Another service that the health department provides is immunizations for citizens who are traveling to international locations. If there are communicable diseases that might be occurring in those communities or in those countries, our nurses can provide travel vaccines to prevent these diseases from occurring. If a person is interested in knowing more about services from the Rock County Health Department, they can contact the health department at 757-5440, and any nurse, any environmental health person, or community health educator would be able to help the citizen with whatever their questions or concerns are.
Hello, I'm Shelly Slapak. I'm here from the City of Janesville Recreation Division. This is our first time coming to the State of the City event, and we're very excited. We've got a lot of neat programs and services that we do for the community, including youth programs, adult programs. We operate the city swimming pools. We operate the senior center, the ice skating center. We do family programs, and a whole lot more. One thing that we're really excited about this year is we recently received accreditation at our senior center through the state of Wisconsin, and that plaque is here, and we're very proud of that. One of our big events that we do each year is our Enchanted Forest. It was our 9th annual event. It received an award through the Wisconsin Association for Park and Rec Departments, and that's for excellence in recreation programming. This year we had 4 successful nights, very good weather, and we had approximately 4,500 people that came throughout Janesville and surrounding cities. So I thank you everyone very much for allowing us to be here.
Hi, I'm Eric Kosnosik. I'm the Business and Employer Services Manager with the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board, and I'm here at the State of the City event representing the Rock County Job Center. The Job Center is what's known as a one-stop center. It has all of your human services, education, training, and job search assistance under one roof. We have many different agencies inside the Job Center, including Rock County Human Services, my organization, the Workforce Development Board. We have 2 divisions of the Department of Workforce Development. We have Job Service, which runs our resource room and helps people with resume writing, interview skills, finding jobs, that sort of thing. And we also have the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, which helps people with disabilities find employment and have work experiences. We also have a number of other programs that we operate for both employers and individuals. We have training services and education services for those who have been dislocated or who have other barriers to employment. We also have some services that revolve around employers who maybe are hiring employees, recruiting for employees, and want to be connected with either Job Center clientele or people in the general public and ask for assistance from one of our agencies inside the Job Center. We're located at 1900 Center Avenue on the south side of Janesville, and we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Our phone number is 608-741-3400.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is Liz, and we're with AmeriCorps Vista in Janesville. And AmeriCorps is a national program, and then VISTA is under the umbrella of AmeriCorps. And VISTA basically just works to fight poverty. And so we're here in Janesville as kind of parent liaisons in schools. And so I'm at Edison and Liz is at Parker High School. And then there's another VISTA at Craig. And right now we have a few programs that we work with. One is the after school program. And then also a huge one is the mentoring program for students, just to have like another adult that they can go and talk to. And then another one is our clothing closet. There's one at Edison and there's one at Parker and Craig as well, where we just have clothes where kids, if they break a shoe or, if they don't have pants or they don't have a warm winter coat, they can come and get clothes. And then another one that we're working on right now is having a food pantry and then also possibly a family resource center or family resource nights where parents can come and get like services at the school, especially using computers and things like that.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Donnie with the Janesville Police Department, and we're here with the State of the City demonstrating some things. We have our canine that's going to be here tonight. We have a couple officers you can talk to. We have Officer Chad Sullivan talking about the Crime Stoppers and how to report a crime. We have two deputy chiefs here, the chief of police, and we're just out here answering questions and talking to the public. A couple interesting things that we do have going at the Janesville Police Department. We are currently over at the Dean Clinic, the new building, St. Mary's Hospital, where we're doing a interesting training exercise called Rapid Deployment. We have the Rock County Sheriff's Department, State Patrol, Milton Police Department, Town of Beloit Police Department, all training with us the next couple days. So if you get a chance to come out and see us, please do. Please have a good holiday season. Drive safe, slow down on those school zones, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Gensler with the Janesville Transit System, and we're here at the State of the City tonight. We've got a display going on showing some of the history of the transit system. This year, in 2011, we are actually celebrating 125 years of public transit here in Janesville. It started back in 1886 with the horse-drawn trolley cars, horse-drawn streetcars that operated in the city, and has progressed since then to the modern transit fleet that we operate. On our display here, we've got obviously our schedules and maps, system maps, and various brochures regarding various things that we have available. We also have some historical items, everything from fare boxes dating back to the 1920s, and tokens and tickets and passes that we've used over the years. We also have a piece of rail and a tie from the old streetcar days when electric streetcars operated here in Janesville. We welcome all of you to ride our system, and I thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Petrozello, Neighborhood Services Director with the City of Janesville. The Neighborhood Services Department encompasses the Janesville Transit System, the Property Maintenance Division, the Housing and Homeownership Division, and the Section 8 Rent Assistance Program. Within these programs, we are able to provide over 500 households with rental assistance so that they may reside in decent, safe, sanitary living environments. We respond to complaints for property and housing nuisance issues, again, to ensure that people are able to live in a decent, safe, healthy environment. We offer first-time homebuyers education program. That's a program that it's available for anybody to come in to learn the ins and outs of becoming a homebuyer. And along with that, if you are income eligible, we can offer down payment and closing cost assistance. This is a great time for first-time homebuyers to consider exploring their options, and they can contact our office at any time to learn when those programs are. One of our main initiatives right now is our neighborhood stabilization program, where the city is purchasing homes that have been foreclosed upon, and we are either rehabilitating those homes for resale to maintain the value in the neighborhood, or in cases where the homes have deteriorated significantly, we're demolishing those homes so that they don't have a blighting influence on the neighborhood. Currently we have 4 homes available for sale, and again, if you're interested in learning more about that program, you can contact our office. We'd be happy to show any of those homes to you. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Steve Loomis. I'm the General Manager and PGA Director of Golf at Riverside and Blackhawk Golf Courses. I work for Kemper Sports Management. As many of you know, we took over the management of both golf courses for the City of Janesville at the beginning of this year in 2011. We've had an outstanding year. Some of our highlights of the year, once again, is hosting the Ray Fisher Golf Tournament, which is a 3-day amateur tournament, one of the most prestigious tournaments in the state of Wisconsin. Past champions include Steve Stricker and Skip Kendall. This year we've had, like I said, an outstanding season. Course conditions have been the best ever, and that's really coming from our customers and the feedback we've gotten through several of our surveys. We made some improvements as far as our amenities, new golf carts, and our service programs. They're working out with player assistants attending to pace of play and making sure that our experience is the best possible experiences that we can. Moving forward, we're looking to have a successful 2012, continuing to improve our course conditions at both golf courses, as long as adding to our amenities. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and participating and be a part of Riverside and Blackhawk Golf Courses, and we thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Carrie Hermanson from the University of Wisconsin, Rock County. We're here today at the State of the City meeting, and we're glad to tell you about the state of UW-Rock County. Right now, this fall, we had a record number of students on the campus with over 1,280 students. So it's been a good year for us. A lot of the students are coming right out of high school. About 2/3 of our population is high school students right out of high school, and another third is adult students coming back to school. We have a number of programs that are driving our success. We have a new bachelor's degree program with UW-Oshkosh and Blackhawk Technical College, and we also have 2 engineering degrees on our campus with UW-Platteville. We're glad to be here today, and thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dan Lynch. I'm the Utility Director for the city's water and wastewater utilities. The couple of exciting points, I guess. Exciting point number 1, the water utility will be 125 years old next year in July of 2012. The water utility started in 1887, operated as a private company until 1915. The city took over in 1915, and it's been operated as a city department ever since then. The second thing is a wastewater issue. We've recently started an energy enhancement program, an energy use program at the treatment plant. We will be using the methane gas that we've been producing at the plant since the 1930s. Since the 1930s, we've used it to produce electricity. We are now selling the electricity to Alliant Energy, and currently we're making about $180,000 a year. We project that to go up to about $330,000 a year, but the really innovative part of what we're going to be doing is taking some of the methane gas, running it through a further gas conditioning unit, and then using it as a compressed natural gas to fuel vehicles, water and wastewater utility vehicles. So starting in 2012, people will see white pickup trucks and vans and maybe one car running around the city that will have a bio-CNG vehicle on them. Those vehicles are operating off of methane gas. There's essentially no fuel cost for those vehicles. Oh, and then the last item would be I am planning on retiring at the end of this year, so 2012 will also be hopefully bringing a new direction to the utilities and a new leadership to the utilities. So thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vic Grassman and I'm the Economic Development Director for the City of Janesville. Being in economic development covers a number of areas. Obviously the most written about is business attraction, but we work to help our local companies expand, and there's several that are going through that process right now, working on the downtown as well as working through the business incubator, hopefully completed in 2012 to help some entrepreneurs. I would encourage you, if you're in business or you're looking for some business information, to check out the economic development website. That's growjanesville.com. It's got a significant level of information on that about the business climate, about buildings available for lease or rent, downtown spaces for lease or rent, taxes, permits, and things like that. So that's a great resource and it's easy to access. We're also working hard. The city manager, Eric Levitt, mentioned that we're going into marketing. We've got one of 2 shovel-ready certified sites in the state of Wisconsin, and what that means is that if a company came in, bought the land, they could start digging the next day. That may seem very simple, but it's very rare in the state of Wisconsin. We're also working on leasing out a number of our developers' buildings, as well as working relative to getting other sites ready for development. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at City Hall. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Duane. I'm the Manager of Planning Services within the Community Development Department at the City of Janesville. The Community Development Department deals with a broad range of city planning activities that range from current development review of building plans, development review, land divisions. We conduct building inspection within our department. We also deal with a variety of ordinances that regulate land use in the city, the zoning ordinance in particular. We deal with commercial development, residential development, economic development. We assist in transportation planning for the city, parks and recreational open space plans such as trail extensions, and also deal with a variety of housing-related activities in the city. One of the other elements that's instrumental to community development and future growth of the city is the city's comprehensive plan, of which we have a map here that shows future designated land uses for the city as the city grows on all sides of the city, and how it'll be serviced and accommodated to meet the demands of the city of Janesville into the future and into the next 20 years in particular. And following the last couple of years, the city does have a lot of reasons to expect additional growth. There are a lot of attributes that make Janesville likely to continue to grow. Our proximity to a number of larger commercial areas, Madison, the Chicago area, Milwaukee. We have a good transportation system, wonderful quality of life amenities with our school district, our open space and parks and recreational system, and I think we have affordable housing in Janesville. And with that, I'd like to turn this over to Gail Price, who's the Manager of Building Services, who can speak a little bit more about building activity here in Janesville and what you can expect in the future. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gail Price, Manager of Building and Development Services for the Community Development Department. In addition to the long-range planning activities of the Community Development Department, we also have the Building Services Division of the Community Development Department. Building Services is responsible for basically all building permits that are issued in the city and review of all development projects and construction projects. So, for instance, if you come forward and would like to add a deck to your home, you would meet with a person from our division for review of permit requirements and what you would like to do and issuance of that actual building permit. Some of the things that we're working on in 2011-2012 include completing the inspections for the new St. Mary's Dean Hospital and getting that ready to be open. Also the Mercy North Hospital and the Mercy Atrium Addition on the main hospital. And then other commercial development projects, including 2 strip centers on Milton Avenue and other buildings throughout town. In our upcoming year, we're anticipating some significant economic development projects on the industrial side, hoping to land some additional jobs and additional building square footage for our commercial industrial users in the community. One of the things also that we tried to provide our customers is just public information about the various codes and regulations that we have in place, which is quite extensive. We always have brochures available for that. We also have a lot of information online at the city website at ci.janesville.wi.us. Again, feel free to call the Community Development Department if you've got permit questions, and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.
My name is Mike Payne. I'm the engineering manager with the City of Janesville. I'm working on a couple of exciting projects right now. Currently working with representatives of the Dean St. Mary's project and as well as Mercy project with their expansions and new facility construction, extending infrastructure and street improvements to allow access to their new facilities. I'm also working on a building project, the Janesville Innovation Center, which will be located on the south side and is establishing itself as a small business incubator. Also working on some sidewalk, the 7-year program that's currently underway, and we've completed our first year and recently had the second year approved by the City Council. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Britton Graft, and I'm with the Downtown Development Alliance in downtown Janesville. I am here tonight representing the downtown businesses. We're just about promoting what's happening downtown. We do have a new website, downtownjanesville.com, that has listings of events, who's on the board, what the board's all about. We just want to bring some attention to what's downtown. We have a great historic downtown here in Janesville, and we're very proud of it, and we're very excited to have a lot of new businesses down here, and we would love to see you all downtown. Thank you very much.
Okay, Julie Backenkeller with the Sustainable Janesville Committee. We're here tonight at the State of the City to highlight the Sustainable Committee and the efforts that we've made to get the City of Janesville to go green. Some of the things coming up for 2012, we've got our second annual award for the greenest of the green for businesses. Past winners last year were Basics Co-op, Data Dimensions, and Mocha Moment for their efforts in sustainability. We want to thank everybody that came out tonight to the State of the City event and recycle and go green. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the Janesville State of the City event. My name is Russ Stever and I'm the current Janesville Council Vice President. Joining me this evening are other members of the City Council, and they are Deb Dongara-Adams. Deb, raise your hand. There you go. Sam Liebert, Tom McDonald, Yuri Rashkin, and Kathy Voskel. Tonight's event is designed to provide residents an opportunity to interact with City Council, City staff, and community organizations. In a minute, City Manager Levitt will be giving a presentation about the city's past year's accomplishments, the current state of the community, and prospects for the future. Also, various city departments and divisions, as well as community organizations, have set up information booths around the room. We'd ask that you take some time to intermingle with and check out the booths, talk to the city staff, and they're here to answer questions that you might have. As you can tell, I'm not very good at reading prepared speeches, but I would like to welcome and thank everyone that came here tonight, and thanks to JATV for filming the event. With that, I'm going to turn the mic over to City Manager Eric Levitt.
Thank you for attending tonight. I really appreciate it, and the City Council appreciates it on behalf of the city. First, I want to let you know that we have departments and community organizations around the room, as you may have seen at 6 o'clock. If you've come in between 6 and 6:30, those are there for your information, any type of information you like. That is a major part of this event, is to be able to get information and talk to individuals and departments and community organizations one-on-one. Secondly, the city has provided yellow comment cards, and I don't have one with me, but yellow comment cards, and we would like you to fill out those comment cards. Is that correct? We'd like you to fill out those comment cards if you have any comments or questions after the event is over or at any point in the event. This presentation, as Council Vice President Stieber has mentioned, is about the past year's accomplishments and what we're looking forward to heading into 2012. As the discussion starts after the presentation, if you'd like to speak or ask a question, a comment or a question, Rebecca Smith, who's right there, will be going around and with a microphone, and we'll be able to give you the microphone so that everyone can hear and can be televised. With that, I'm going to move forward into the presentation. The presentation should be about 15 minutes, and then I'll have plenty of time for questions, answers, comments, anything that you would like. Again, welcome to the Janesville's second State of the City address. As we look back at 2011, let me get it. Okay. What this address will go into is, as we look back at 2011, some of the accomplishments in various departments and various areas of the city of what we've accomplished. And moving into 2012, what I'm looking forward to and what the City Council is looking forward to as far as the future of Janesville. Right now, in economic development in 2011, we've been working to attract and grow new jobs to Janesville. We've been working and partnering with Rock County 5.0, which is working regionally with both Beloit and the City of Janesville. Janesville's first certified site is ready for development, and we're currently recruiting firms to try to get firms to locate in our new development park. A new website has been developed, and hopefully you'll at some point visit that website after this meeting. Also, we're entering, as we enter into 2012, we have two major hospital expansions. We have St. Mary's that will be going online at the end of 2011, early 2012. And we also have Mercy that's doing a new addition out on the east side, and that'll be opening at the end of 2011, early 2012. In addition, we were successful in our regional partnership in getting approval by the state of Wisconsin on an I-90 expansion project. That should begin hopefully in 2015, 2016. As you can see by the pictures, these are concept drawings of the two new hospitals and clinic. Mercy Hospital on the top, and on the bottom is the St. Mary's Hospital. In addition, in economic development, in addition to those two projects, while we haven't had significant commercial development, we have had some development starting to reoccur and some redevelopment starting to reoccur in Janesville. It's slow, but there are some noticeable improvements over the previous year. As you can see, there's been some development on Milton Avenue that includes Farm and Fleet's renovation and includes a new Volkswagen showroom. Also, if you look on the south side on Center, a small building, but a major improvement in my opinion on Center is the new Babcock Signs building. As we move on, we'll go into the 2011 accomplishments in redevelopment. Redevelopment in the Central City continues to be a focus. Active programs have been ongoing to eliminate blight in our central neighborhoods. Active programs to increase home ownership have also been a big part of the city program. Rehabilitating 14 homes in the Central City area, and 3 are currently for sale. We've also demolished 15 blighted properties in the year of 2011. Moving on to public safety, we received the Governor's Council Award for efforts to reduce domestic violence in the police department. The police department also earned a reaccreditation this year in 2011, and they have a new outreach program for African Americans that has just begun and is underway. They've increased emphasis on preventing driving while intoxicated program, a program called Sober Streets website, and are publicizing all WI arrests on that website. The fire department, in memory, as we've entered into the 10th anniversary of the 911 event, the fire department was able to, through the union, was able to get a piece from the building, the World Trade Center that occurred on September 11th. That piece from the World Trade Center that they were able to get is going to be part of a memorial at the Firehouse Park, and that will be going in here in the next year. 2011 accomplishments in the public works and sustainability areas include Monterey Dam improvements that should be completed by the end of the year. A project that's not well known to people is our wastewater treatment plant has had a major reconstruction project that's been ongoing for the last 18 months. Part of that reconstruction project are many conservation efforts and many green energy efforts that are going on at the wastewater treatment plant to help our sustainability efforts in the community. Along with that, Home Energy Assessment Grant Program assisted 175 homeowners in Janesville over the last year and a half. We've also provided 81 energy improvement rebates, thus reducing 30,400 kilowatt hours. The city facility has also had an energy audit that's been completed, and we've already started energy improvement upgrades in the city complex. And finally, water conservation rebates are available, and over 560,000 gallons of water have been conserved. As we move on to leisure services and quality of life areas, the Senior Center just received its first facility accreditation. This was a great honor for them, and this just occurred in the last month. We also completed this year a 2-mile Ice Age trail extension project over on Riverside Golf Course to the Arboretum. Recently, we celebrated our 125-year anniversary of continuous transportation service in the city of Janesville. As part of that, over the last year, we've had 4 straight quarters of ridership increases over the last 4 quarters. The City Council has had an ongoing program called the Big Give Food Drive. This has resulted in over 14,000 pounds of food collected since its inception. And finally, on a sort of a humorous note, the library services had a program called the Incredible Edible Program. This program was so successful that it was actually featured in Public Libraries, a national publication of the American Library Association. As we move from 2011 to 2012, we have several critical challenges facing the Janesville community. The city looks to improve economically, moving forward into recovery as the national economy starts to recover. The city also will continue its efforts on redevelopment and also will continue its initiatives on fighting poverty in the city and community. The city continues to work through, and finally the city continues to work through budget challenges. Prior to looking at the city trying to improve itself economically, I want to move to the national economy. I think when you look at this chart is very telling of what's not only occurring in Janesville, but is also occurring nationally, and that's part of what's affecting our job growth here in Janesville. When you look at the chart shows 1980 to 81, 1974 to 76, 81 to 83, 90 to 92, 01 to 03, and then at the bottom is 07 to 11. And what that shows is the last 5 major recessions or recessions, the last 5 recessions, it shows job growth or job decline. And what it shows is over about a 24-month period, the peak level of employment, it took 24 months to get back to the peak level of employment from when the recession or pre-recession job employment occurred. If you look at 07-11, what's occurred is unlike those 5 previous experiences, it's gone all the way down to a low of 6% job decline at the 24-month period. And now at the 42nd month period, we're still at a -5. If you look at that chart, that is very telling in why we are suffering probably probably the largest recession and probably the largest employment issues that this country has faced since many of us have been alive. The second one's also a telling chart on the nationally and how the employment growth has occurred. If you look at the 1980s, on the bottom half it shows on the bottom chart it shows net population growth. And the net population growth is about 21,000 for the 1980s. Job growth during that time was 16,000. In the 1990s, population growth was 32,000 and job growth was 21,000. Now if you look at the 2000s, the last 10 years, we've had population growth of 27,000 and yet we've had a net decline in job growth. That's another major factor of why not only Janesville but nationally we're facing economic and job growth issues. As we move into Janesville, what are we trying to do in Janesville to try to fight and combat that national trend? What we're going to try to do is be bold. The city continues to work on ways to attract new businesses. We're going to be going into this next year increasing our marketing strategy and reaching out and working with successful business leaders to try to help us find new and inventive ways to try to create job growth here in the community. We're also going to continue our regionalism through Rock County 5.0 and also be a part of Thrive, which is up in the Madison area, Thrive Strategic Planning Initiatives. Finally, we're trying to diversify our economy through a small manufacturing incubator. There's been a lot of discussion on it recently in the news, but that incubator receives $1.2 million in EDA funding, and what it is to try to create job growth through small startup manufacturing firms. We had to build a new building, and the reason we did is because of the EDA requirements. But we think that if we can create startup firms that can start to create some employment growth, hopefully those will turn into lab safeties of the future. Redevelopment initiatives in 2012. Continuing the blight elimination programs which have been successful over the last 4 years. The city is also working on brownfield program. We just recently received a $400,000 grant in EPA funds to do brownfield assessments. That's buildings that have environmental problems, and we want to try to redevelop those buildings. City is also completing design of the River Street reconstruction project, and we will be initiating a design for the Main Street reconstruction project. On fighting poverty in 2012, the city will continue partnerships in such programs as the City Council Big Give Food Drive. We've also begun increased use of reduced fare, which has taken off with not-for-profits as well as with the school district. And finally, we continue to look for ways to work with the Homeless Intervention Task Force on the Project 1649, as this is an important project and can define this community in the future. As we enter the 2012 budget, which is still proposed, but it is scheduled to be passed on November 28th, the recent scorecard survey showed a desire to maintain current services. Priority area continues to be in public safety. Our general fund budget, as proposed and as still currently stands, is $41.9 million. This represents less than a 1% increase in the general fund budget. Due to flattening and declining revenues and the desire to maintain services, this budget also represents a 2.61% increase in the property tax levy. The city continues and has over the last 4 years tried to contain and reduce personnel costs. And what we've done in doing that is when you look back to 2009, the city has actually reduced its employee costs by 1% from what our employee costs were in 2009. That's over a 4 years of the budget. Part of the way we've done this is we've reduced administrative costs over the last 3 years by $500,000 in the general fund. However, despite these efforts by the city of Janesville, despite the reductions in personnel costs and despite all these efforts, in part we have had to increase taxes and increase the tax levy because we have lost just in this last year $1 million in outside revenues. These include both state share revenues but also other revenues such as interest rates as interest earnings and other types of revenues. This sets up a continual budget challenge going into 2012 for the 2013 year. So while we're trying to meet the challenges and while we've had to do some revenue increases this year, I think we're going to face even further challenges in the budget going into 2013, both on the reduction and on the revenue side. Finally, I want to just highlight that the city does have a new website, not only a new economic development website, but a new general website. If you haven't had the chance to see it yet, hopefully you'll go onto it sometime. We'll have volunteer interest form available for interested residents, and also, as we enter into 2012, we're going to be discussing the new polling places and new districts for voting. And finally, and in conclusion, I'm looking forward to 2012. Despite all the challenges that we face, I think we have a quality city council and a quality staff that will help this community and help this city move forward in a positive direction. Not only with them, but also with all of our committees and our not-for-profit partners. I see a positive for the city heading into 2012 and into the future. And finally, as we're entering into the holiday season, I hope that everyone gets out to such events as the Janesville Holiday Light Show at the Rotary Gardens and the Holiday Magic on Main Street that's done by Leisure Services of the city. Hopefully everyone will have a safe and happy holidays, and thank you very much. I'm open now for any questions or comments. If you just raise your hand, and if there aren't any questions, I'll be available, and City Council will be available after the meeting to talk to anyone that wants to talk about any issues, and also all the tables and booths are still open.
I had a question. With all the home departures and things, do we suffer a serious loss in property taxes? Larger property taxes?
That's an excellent question. Did everyone hear the question? It was about with the homes and home foreclosures. Essentially, are we seeing a reduction in property taxes based on foreclosures and tax foreclosures? Is that correct? And that's an excellent question. Wisconsin's actually set up with a system that's somewhat unique, and that is that the county actually comes in and makes the city whole. So if someone is delinquent on their taxes, the county actually comes in and pays the city for those delinquent taxes. So the city doesn't see that. Then the county has to then try to recover those taxes. So yes, the community is probably being hurt, especially through the county, but the city itself is not directly seeing that hit. Any other questions or comments? If there aren't, I'm more than happy to speak with anyone that wants to on a one-on-one basis.
Hello, I was curious to inquire about if there's currently a personnel freeze on any new hiring within the city organization.
It's actually there's a I'd call it more of a soft freeze. We don't have an absolute freeze on hiring, but every position that opens up is reviewed by my office to determine the necessity of hiring the position. There's certain positions that we have to hire just to maintain certain services, and then there's other positions that are being put on hold. For instance, we have 2 department head positions since I've been here, one that's been eliminated and the other one that's on hold for another year. The deputy fire chief, one of the deputy fire chiefs is essentially on hold for another year. So we are freezing positions and we are eliminating positions, but it's not a freeze throughout the city. And Russ, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to say? No. Okay. So hopefully everyone has a good evening, and again, hopefully everyone has a happy holiday season. Thank you.